Hello and welcome to this second part of the story behind the story on tourism and the way tourism is going. For those who joined us late, I will introduce my panel generally, starting with Jagbab Sukeja of the TTAG, Sudesh Bab Maikar, stakeholder, politician from the coastal belt, Francis Bab Coelho, politician, bar and restaurant, Airbnb from city, Samip Bab Narvenkar and Vincent Bab Rosario, journalist. Welcome. So, starting with Sudesh, yes, you were talking about the type of, you were giving us a history and the type of tourists and tourism. Yeah. So,
lately in this 10 years, we have seen Russian tourists visiting Goa. After that, just because the quality of Indian tourists has dropped, I mean, there were good quality of Indian tourists coming. Just because of this kind of tourism, the quality of tourism of Indian has dropped. The Russians is also, that is one of the reasons who are a bit away from Goa. They prefer Southeast Asian countries. But now we are at a saturation point that even Indian tourists who are coming doesn't have any spending capacity. Like just now Samip was saying, they don't mind sleeping in the cars, but they don't mind carrying their own water bottle. So where we are heading to? After this is the end tourist what we are getting. After that there will be no tourism. So we are dependent on homestays, guest houses, small businesses. Many of the businesses are being rented out to all the possible non-Goan people who are just here to make money and only money. They don't care. See, even if tomorrow tourism from Goa has declined or has been performed poor, they'll go to some other states and they'll do business. The people who are staying here in Goa is we.
Stakeholder.
We cannot leave Goa and go anywhere else. So it is high time we need to decide, we need to come with some solution on this, saying that we need to have good tourism in Goa. And as you said, the pie of the economy should go to every household of Goans.
I am very clear about that.
Because we rent our place, and after that what that fellow is doing with our business, we have no idea. If you are getting a 40 rupees biryani, we even have good high-end restaurant like Posada by the beach. Their entry charge is 2000 rupees. And all the celebrity goes in that restaurant. Why not those kind of concept come and we run that concept? And see, we will only need 1 to 2 years to correct whatever we are in. But we are only blaming the government. The guest house people are blaming the taxi fellows. Guest house and taxi fellows are blaming I don't know whom.
But government is blaming the influencers instead of self-correcting.
Shack owners are blaming some other people. See, we need to sit down and introspect. High time. Otherwise, tourism, after mining, tourism is our economical backbone, and I don't see anywhere we are heading to.
Absolutely. That goose lays golden eggs. It is not a golden goose. It is the eggs are golden. So you have to take care of the goose, right? Otherwise eggs will stop. Otherwise then we'll get eggs which you're going to make omelette and eat.
Administration, even the administrative part, like last 2-3 weeks, FDA is visiting Calangute or the beach belt regularly. With that, Panchayat also is playing a major role to clear all the mess. That should continue. It shouldn't be like, fix and that should stop. No.
I totally agree.
Because see,
it's always
everything is a part and parcel of the system. But not at this cost. The low tourism, the low end restaurants should be stopped. And we need to concentrate on giving tourists quality food, quality stay, then only quality
an experience, basically an experience of Goa, not an experience of biryani. 40 rupees biryani, or what? I don't think in Hyderabad you get 40 rupees biryani. I love biryani, and my people here, they will say like 38 types of Hyderabadi biryani and all that. Now I've been to Hyderabad so many times, we've been to Delhi so many times to eat biryani. For 40 rupees biryani, they will be shocked.
Sometimes if you just take a round in the coastal belt, it looks like we have come on a pilgrimage center kind of a thing. But there are many veg restaurants and we are adjusting towards the taste of Gujarat, Punjab, Haryana. See, why? Even our boards, our boards
are in Russian
language. And we have many also in Russian language. See, why? We are promoting our culture and that has to remain.
But are we, tell me one thing, Sudhir, you are saying we are promoting our culture. No, you want to promote our culture, but are we promoting our culture? From when did noodles and momos become our culture? Yaar? Now, this is why I have to appreciate Francis, because he has sushi, Goan sushi. I love that dish. I really love it. It's superb. But the point is that why, like for example, like say you go to France or you go to say Dubai or something like, you have varied cuisine. You go to Asagam, you have varied cuisine. Fine, but like, why is it like that Goan food? There's so much of variety in Goa.
But I'll tell you something.
Why is that
All the North Indian restaurants are serving Goan cuisine, but the tourist who comes to Goa wants to experience Goan cuisine.
Yes.
A restaurant
Absolutely.
like Francis will serve you authentic Goan, like which is made, homemade probably, and which is been served, which is been served to the tourist. But the tourist who comes and eats in a North Indian restaurant won't even know what he has eaten and gone home.
Why would a person from Delhi want to eat North Indian in Goa cooked by a Nepali or by some guy? Why? I don't understand.
Like I said earlier, no, there is a you started off by saying and reminding that we shouldn't attack the government. I'm not going to attack the government.
I'm not attacking the government.
No,
I'm saying
saying
Goans make the government. It's the people who make the government.
I'm saying, but there has to be a master plan. Like what I said earlier.
Arey, let's take one trip. I don't know. I would invite the tourism minister and the chief minister and whoever politician to come with me in my car. Let us go to the coastal belt and listen to the music that is played by the shacks which are supposed to be the ambassadors for Goa. I don't know how Bollywood is Hindi. We are Konkani. At least if it is Konkani theatre music which was being played on the shacks, I would except how does Bollywood music become our culture and one guy blasting the music higher than the other shack? Now I remember Cruz was here and we had a thing and he said that shacks are the ambassadors of Goan tourism. Shacks playing Bollywood music are ambassadors. Sorry, I just to add to Subhesh's point. I'm sorry.
Bit time.
You can't force them to play Goan music.
You can't force them to do anything. Yeah, who's forcing?
No, see, I'll tell you what.
Who's forcing?
No,
Nobody's forcing.
but when a customer comes and sits at a shack, right? You have to play whatever's popular. They are going.
How do you know? Before the customer, already there are 10 shacks blasting 10 different times.
Give me a minute. See, shack culture
Sorry,
was
Francis,
introduced by the government to employ unemployed youth of
Goa.
Correct? And we used to still remember, those days, like, foreigners used to have sunbathing there.
Yes.
Shack culture was only meant for the foreigners back then. Now what has happened? We have adjusted to whichever people are coming there.
Exactly. That is exactly what I'm saying. See,
there was no relation of music and shack.
When the shack,
there was no music in the shacks.
Exactly. The shacks were a very peaceful place.
It's supposed to be.
And they were catering to a certain crowd, right? Now that crowd is missing. Now the shack still needs to make money. So it's going to cater to whoever is sitting at the shack. If there is a Punjabi sitting at the shack and he wants to listen to Punjabi tracks, that person is going to cater to him. So that is why.
No.
Yeah, that
you don't
they have speakers on top of the roofs here.
The thing is,
there is a competition.
I've given an open invitation. Let's go, everybody ministers. Let's go, for a round.
There is a competition with all the shack owners.
Yeah, exactly.
One is saying I have 25 lakh rupees sound system. Other is saying 30, 35, 40, 50. I don't know where we are.
and we talk about Goan culture. We talk about temple tourism. We talk about spiritual tourism. And we talk about Bollywood music in shacks. Is that our culture?
See, I'll tell you, to bring out the culture and to bring out, empower locals to bring out the culture, there has to be some form of leadership. Like I'll give you a very good example. There was one lady who had written a beautiful article about Goan fish curries and the taste of Goan fish curries changing from different parts of Goa.
No, it is different in different parts.
It is different, and that is something that we should be selling to people who come to Goa. Like, if you're going to have a fish curry, try and have 3 different fish curries made by 3 different sects of Goan culture, right? So this kind of stuff is what needs to be promoted. But none of our advertisements talk about the diversity in the Goan culture. Like, a fish curry changes from a Catholic family to a Hindu family, and both fish curries taste amazing, right? Nobody talks about that. Nobody's publishing that. That is not being spoken about by any, some influencers, 1 or 2 of now are speaking about it. But there is no leadership that says, okay, let's talk about that aspect. There is no leadership that talks about, Dudhsagar as much as they talk about the beaches, right? Dudhsagar is not sold as much as the beaches are sold. The national parks that we have access to are not sold as much as the beaches. So there is no diversity in the tourism communication that is happening. Now the tourism communication is controlled by the government and controlled by the tourism department and the tourism ministry. The normal Goan doesn't have too much of a say in that. Maybe the stakeholders like TTAG have. That's what needs to change. Another thing is that the infrastructure in Goa has not changed at all. The same buses that the locals are using are still there. Right?
So now we have all electric AC buses.
That's only in one route. It's only from Miramar to Donapaula and this.
And 6 routes in Panjim.
Yeah, in Panjim. But what about the coastal belt? What about Benaulim?
Coastal belt, you can't take a bike, man, in the evening.
But we can still have minivans, no, in minibuses. See, like a place like Bombay, for example, if you see the pockets of tourism in Bombay, like for example, Gateway of India, Bombay, they've changed the buses over there. If you go to Gateway of India right now, you don't see any of the old buses. You just see minibuses, and they are moving at a rapid pace. Every minibus comes in every minute, and they are only catering to the tourists. You won't see any Maharashtrians in those buses. So the BST has taken cognizance of the fact that the tourism needs a different service, and they are offering it over there. Where are we doing that over here? We are not doing that at all. So whether it's infrastructure, ports, if you go look at, leisure ports and these cruise ships coming in, right? Our infrastructure is still getting built and still getting this. Now we have 1 cruise ship or 2 cruise ships coming in, but that needs to move at a huge pace, because the people who come by cruise ships, they spend a lot of money in restaurants, they spend a lot of money in roaming around. That is missing.
Friends, I have to just interrupt you here. We have to go in for a small commercial break. Keep watching GOA365 and see you on the other side. Welcome back. Yeah, Francis, sorry.
So there is, whether it's leveraging our natural and cultural assets, that needs to be done by our communication, that does not happen properly. Diversity of the tourism, where we promote our monsoon tourism. Monsoons in Goa are beautiful. It's like nowhere else in the country. We can be telling people to come and experience that. Nowhere are we saying that. Nautical tourism is zero. We've got the best coastline in the country, and Goa has got one of the most blessed coastlines. Where is the nautical tourism? Where are the yachts? Where are the marinas? Where are none of that is happening. We've got adventure and rural like no other country, no other, Karnataka has a little bit, but Goa has so much of adventure and rural tourism that can be done in the mountains that is just taking off. Whether you say eco-tourism, whether, for example, blue flag beaches, blue flag marinas, eco marinas, none of these concepts have taken off. None of this has happened. Public partnership, for example, on jetties, that could have happened at so many places where the government and public-private partnership happens, where you build a jetty and that jetty is used for cruise ships, or it's used for super yachts, or it's used for those kind of things. None of that has happened. So collectively, if you see, everything is a problem, because there is no master plan with a master leader of that plan who's driving all of these aspects collectively. It's very, very ad hoc. If someone says something wrong about our beaches being clean, then there'll be a lot of noise about it. They'll appoint a beach cleaning agency who will do a job for 2-3 months or 2-3 years, and then suddenly it will again go slacking down, right? But collectively, if there's a master plan and a strong leadership who's saying we are taking ownership of this plan and we are going to drive this plan and make it happen, I think we can change the entire scenario of Goan tourism in a matter of a year or 2 years. It's that easy to be done. It's just that nothing has come together. Everything plays a part. Like you were saying that Bollywood music is. Let me give you an example. Donapaula, people think that they come there because of the Donapaula story and all of that. The Donapaula story is made up by touts over there and people who, it's a fake story. But if you go back into history, if you go back into history, the reason why people came to Donapaula on that jetty used to be used when I was a child for the Bapur. We used to take the Bapur and go to Vasco.
Correct.
We never went to Kortalim. I had not gone to Kortalim for 12 years of my life, because other than for a wedding or something, but that was our route to go to Vasco. And that was the only reason that jetty was built by the Portuguese. The tourists started coming there because of Ek Duje Ke Liye. That film got shot over there and the tourists started coming to say, boss, ye picture ka shooting kidhar ho gaya? This is so beautiful, I want to see that place. And I want to take a photo over there. And that's why tourism started and now it's like legendary. It's like a fish market over there. But that kept on, right? From Ek Duje Ke Liye to Singham a few years back, that pop culture is what brought tourism over there. So, even if we are using pop culture to bring tourists in, that's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. You can do it, but there is a way to do it. You have to have a mix of pop culture. You have a mix of pop culture that's not Goan, you have a mix of pop culture that's Goan. See, for example, we are selling like Sunburn as a festival. Why aren't we selling Shigmo? Why aren't we selling?
We are selling.
No, we are not. We're not selling it to outsiders. How many tourists do you see for the Shigmo parades or for the Carnival parades?
Quite a few.
No, we don't see that.
No.
Not been marketed as
should have,
the hype
it should,
that
yeah.
we say,
Like
as Sunburn.
Yeah,
That time.
if you go to European countries, like if you go to Croatia, they are marketing their biggest festival that happens, which is a local festival. If you go to Germany, they are marketing Oktoberfest.
Yeah, Oktoberfest is being sold here in Goa. I was like shocked little bit. Like, it's like what?
Exactly. We have got so many local Goan cool quirky festivals that happen. So when you talk about empowering locals, celebrating Goan identity, the government has to be taking the lead. The tourism department has to be taking the lead in doing that and bringing this whole plan together. Otherwise, it's never going to happen.
I don't think the tourism department or the government can do it. It is the people who should push it, because see, very limited role that even industry bodies like TTAG can do, because industry bodies ultimately can be pressurized by the government, and they do it very blatantly. Like, no, you don't talk, you shut up, sit there in the corner, whatever. That I know how it happens, because we've been in this life for a very long time. But if it is the people, the stakeholders, see, ultimately mining died, or for whatever the illegalities or whatever the reason, who suffered? People, no?
Yeah,
the
but
people in those areas were like, so tourism dies.
No, but see,
People are going to suffer, because
you know,
ultimately, I'll tell you, ultimately, if 1,000 people in every constituency in the coastal belt go and tell the MLA boss, I want this, he is going to crawl in front of them to get that done. After that, he may try to, sort out, break it up, bribe and all. But if that unity remains, it will happen. Because if the people, if Goans are not interested in what they want, what is best for them, yes, what do you feel? It's ultimately politics, ultimately government, people's power. Otherwise, anything, if a guy who's doing your job is not elected, what is the point? You think the other people are going to listen to you?
So, no, it's about, I think it's a collective responsibility. It's the people and the government. But
people form the government.
Yeah, people form the government. But the issue is, when we talk about the local stakeholders in the business, just like panelists said that most of the business are leased out to outsiders. Like
it's true in your area.
Yeah, like see, if I own a guest house, if I build a guest house, I don't have any resources like for the breakfast and everything, for the breakfast and electricity utilities and all. I don't have expertise how to get the guest to run a website. So what these guys do, the North Indians, they approach them, they इतना साल के लिए लीज पे लेगा, एक साल तुमको 9 लाख 10 लाख देगा, तुका बसल्यात अगर तुका. That is the situation now. Means you don't have to do anything, you don't have to run for here and there for the business. You are just sitting quietly at home and you are getting money. This is the Sushagat point what is going on in Calangute when it comes to the guest house. And in my Calangute belt where I stay in Baga, there are around 11 to 12 grocery shops. Only one grocery shop is run by Goan, that is my uncle. Rest all the grocery shops are run by Marwadis. There are
grocery shops, Marwadis?
Yeah, all grocery shops. In
I
Baga,
thought it was only
Completely
hardware
complete.
thing. Yeah.
No, completely.
They have to everything now.
Yeah.
Grocery shops are completely
Pharmacies
taken off.
also.
Yeah.
Pharmacies.
Tomorrow if you give them to run a news channel, they'll run. Only thing, you need to make profit out of it.
Yeah, news gaya bahar mein.
By that, even your job is at stake.
Even I'm talking about the wine shops. The wine shops earlier there were only 2-3 few wine shops run by the Goans. Now there are hordes of wine shops, now dozens of wine shops are there. Only I know 3 wine shops are run by Goan, rest all are run by Marwadis. They completely took over the business. And when it comes to the then this Marwadis do the business, they violate the laws basically. Means the time limit to close the wine shop is 10
9 o'clock.
9, okay. You keep
It's
it
9. Legal, not keep
Legal
it
is
legal.
9. These people stay till 10 o'clock.
Okay, so the 10
10
o'clock is
3
the wine
o'clock
shop.
I heard we had filed a story.
Yeah.
Some people
The wine shop, this Marwadis are keeping open till 2 o'clock.
Yes.
And my friend Goan who runs the wine shop clicks and photo and sends it to me, see what this guy is there. And FDI Sudesh said,
FDI
yeah, The excise department also started to crack down.
Has started?
But yeah, has started to crack down on these late openings of wine shops. But it always becomes a 2-day show. Nothing more than that. Even the FD started cracking down on the roadside biryanis and thelas. Even the police officer also came there, started asking that restaurants, you have to close by 10 o'clock. Strictly. The small cheap restaurants, you have to close by 11 o'clock. Or else we will take action. That the restaurants are closing by 11 o'clock, everything is going as per the law. But after, if you say next week, everything will everything will disappear and the chaos will be back again. When the Tito's then incident happened, where the tourists, bouncers took swords and hockey sticks and all. Police armed with guns and rifles were kept on each naka and all. They used to stop people, tourists and all, and questioning them. It used to look like some curfew scene in Kashmir, and after 10 o'clock, no one was on the road. For only 4 days they were there. Then after they disappeared. And most important I want to say about that cuisine. Means if I'm going to Rajasthan, I will eat that dal bati chokha or something, or go to Kerala, that's the speciality of this fish curry and all. But when you come to Baga, Calangute, you want
biryani.
Yeah, only biryani.
Biryani, Chinese noodles, and the momos.
There is no single restaurant which can offer you a authentic Goan fish curry rice.
Fat fish is
Fat fish is in Arpora. That is separate. You have to go to another village. Basically, in Arpora there are 4 to 5 good restaurants. There are affordable rates where you can have a good fish
curry. So Calangute there is no good fish curry rice restaurant?
No.
Nothing is there?
There are local joints which open up, which may be not known to the tourists. These restaurants which are there are basically food factories. If you sell 1,000 thalis per day, where the taste will go? Francis will be in a better position to explain.
No, you can if you have that big a setup.
But the cook who is cooking your thing is again Nepali. How can you make that taste and give
now
the
No, but I know Nepalis who can cook very good Goan food. Sorry, I disagree with you on that. But the
Maybe
point
hard
is,
to
no,
Nepali.
my point is, what I'm saying is, are there no good Goan restaurants on that coastal belt?
There are.
In coastal belt means I'm talking from Kandoli to
There are,
because
there are.
in Asagaon there is that Awas kitchen, not bad. But others I don't know.
No, there aren't that many, and if they are, we know them as Goans because when we go there for some work,
Tourist knows it.
the tourists are not sitting in those
I
restaurants.
opened a restaurant, it did last for the more than 1 year.
That's because of COVID.
COVID, yeah. So after that we had no manpower, and my mom said, "Let it go. It's better not to."
No, but the whole point is that in engaging locals and empowering locals to celebrate Goan identity is what you need to be selling. Right, our Goan restaurants are there. We only Goans go to it, but the tourists are not being sold that. They're not being sent over there, and that is the problem.
So I think when we say the Goan tourism industry or such, it is now middle-aged. When you hit your middle-aged, some problems come. Overall, the scenario is good. Things are there, but there are a lot of things which have to be looked at and
basics, not too
basics.
many.
So basic
Toilets, cleanliness.
So, but to say that people are not coming to Goa as a tourism,
it's a stupid.
It's a stupid thing. People are coming, but I think everyone's put the basics out, and we can study that and see how we do it.
This year only the hype was influencer. Other than that, we had good business.
Arey Baba, influencers, we are paying influencers by the, month. I think they are NPN. What the hell were they doing here? If these guys from all
Goan influencers and their reach of who is making Goa's name bad is
that's a
vast difference.
What he's saying is
so
a big
you get
thing.
better people, no?
The influencers giving Goa a bad name is a complete no.
Curly tails, I think the minister did curly tails. Curly tails is one of the top. Yeah.
But that's after. That is a little.
No, it was long back, some 20 lakhs something.
No. Recently, after the whole controversy happened, then he did it. The tourism minister.
Tails in October.
He
promoted Goa with this.
Just after the Prime Minister.
Yeah, but the one that was done after this, after the whole influencers giving Goa a bad name.
That's now, recently, 1 week back I think. Before that, for that 1 month when these guys were going to Thailand and everywhere.
There's a trend going on YouTube, go Goa Goan.
It was for so long.
So the issue is that this whatever shaming or this bad naming that has happened right now, you won't see the effect of it. Our 31st, like he's saying, and our December's has gone well. Even I'm saying the same thing. Like most of the BNBs had business and everything was great. but this effect will start seeing after 6 months in the next tourism.
If we don't do anything now.
If we don't do anything now.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
Let's take tourism responsibly. All the Goan stakeholders who are responsible for good tourism, let's introspect where we went wrong. Let's correct ourselves.
We have to
Because
fight for
Goa doesn't need any advertisement. People, every Indian and the people who have visited Goa all over the world know what Goa is and what Goa is famous for. Let's concentrate on that and let's give quality service to the people who are coming to Goa.
Give them a good experience, absolutely. But Goans have to fight for Goa. Yeah. Samir Bab.
So I think the tourism industry as whole, I'm thinking
Goans as a
tourism,
whole.
Goans as whole, but Goans being a main stakeholder, for them, for the Goan as a main beneficiaries of this economy, the tourism industry needs to be revamped, and I think it's a high time the tourism, this entire tourism needs to be clean. I'm not talking about the garbage. I'm talking about the people who are coming. Everything is happening, and the illegal business, everything. It's a high time, or else I think the Calangute, which was known for the queen as the beaches, will be
No longer.
no longer. Yeah.
Yeah, Vincent Bab.
If you improve, if you want to improve the tourism and the quality of this, first of all, what I feel like we have to stop like this. The cheaper item is selling on the street like biryani and all, and somebody has to take action like food and drugs. I don't know if a food and drugs is checking the quality of the food.
Quality of food they can't check. No? Cleanliness they can.
They
check.
can,
No,
when
they
they
are
issue that
checking only
license,
when
they
they are
can.
issuing the license. Random they don't come. I don't think so. They come and check
This
any
is to
restaurant
bring to
or
your
kitchen.
notice that 2-3 years back FDA raided one joint of biryani. Chicken biryani, pieces of beef were found. It's like that was brought to the notice by the FDA of the people.
But
saying this
that
is what it is.
businessman is bad. He must have shut down because he's not going to do business because like beef is almost twice chicken here.
Yeah, and the second thing, the like what if they said like sunburn and all this like this entertainment or EDM music should not be only with the certain time. It should be like a off season, like when there is no
This I
tourism,
totally
so they have
agree.
to pull the tourism. But because like EDM is happening only in the Christmas week, I mean when the tourist is already coming in Goa, it should be like in the off season, so to pull up more tourists like there is no any other festival.
I totally agree. Jack, I think this is something that you have to put because it's right because anyway Christmas,
This
New Year,
was
people
a
are-
suggestion we made to them this time, but they said the dates are prefixed and it's
No,
announced.
we have to
so-
push it because
We have to
we
find a
don't
way to
need
push
them
it.
at that time because anyway tourists are coming at that time. Yeah, absolutely. Now we are at the end of this thing. I don't now the New Year started. Hopefully it will give us some time to introspect because tourism now probably the tourists will start coming better thing because after all that we'll start coming into Goa, but we need to plan it out so that we can plan for the future. And if whatever anybody might say, I don't know if the whole panel disagrees with me, but I have one thing to say, that if Goans don't put up their thing and get scared to come out in the open, because this is a thing, they will talk in balcons and bars, but they will not come out and stand up for their rights and stand up for Goa. I don't think gone. You can say it's gone. We have to pull it out from whatever is happening because it's not that rosy a picture from what we can see on a general basis. Otherwise, the people would not be general people would not be calling up the media if they have a problem with the toilets and problem with the roads and problem. They would have approached their authorities. If it's not happening and if they are approaching us, means there's a lot of correction to be done. And nobody is going to do it for you. Not your MLA, not your government, not your police, not anybody. It is you, the Goans, who have to stand up for their rights, put their foot forward and say, yes, this is ours and we will keep it for us and for our children. Thank you, guys, and keep watching GOA365.